So now let's start working on our API routes for sign up and login. First of all, inside the root, I'm going to create a new folder, API. And inside here, we're going to first of all have two files, auth.js, and the second one is going to be signup.js. And inside a server, before this app.all statement, so app.use, our route is going to be /API and /signup, and require API and signup. And I'm just going to copy this one here. So our login route is going to be /API/auth, and we are going to require our auth file. So now let's work on our signup.js. So inside here, we're going to import some things first. First of all, we are going to import Express, and now we are going to read router, express.router, and we are going to export it. So module.exports router, and here we are going to need our user model, require models and user model, and also we're going to need our follower model and profile model. And we are going to need JWT to send back the token, JSON web token, and also we are going to need our pcrypt to encrypt the password. So require bcrypt.js, and also from our validator package, we are going to validate if the email is in the email format which is provided by the user. So require validator/lib/is email. And also from this util server, you can see this user PNG file. This is just a URL to the image I have uploaded to Cloudinary. So this is this image right here. We are going to use this image if the user does not provide a profile pic. So I'm just going to cut it from here. So inside this file, our first request is going to be get. It is going to be for checking the username, whether the username has been taken by any other user or not. So router.get, and our route is going to be /and_username. So as you know, our route is going to be /API/signup, and we are going to pass in this username. And our second parameter is going to be request and response. And we are going to receive this username inside request.params. Username equals to request.params. And here inside try catch, if there is an error, I have created a snippet for that. So we are going to just log the error and return from this request and send the response server error. Inside the try block, we are first of all going to check if the username has any length. So if username.length less than 1, we are just going to return from here. So return res.status 401.send invalid. And on the backend too, we are going to check with the regular expression that the username is in the format we require. So I'm going to just copy it from here from our sign up page. So if not, regex username.test username. Again, we are going to return. I'm just going to copy this statement here. If it passes the test, let's write the code for that. So we're going to check in the database that there is any other user with that username. So const user is equals to await user model dot find one username. So inside our user model, we have the property username. We are going to find it with that. So I'm not going to use the ES6 syntax here because I want to convert the username string to lowercase. And if user is found, that means the user is there with this username. So we're going to again return from there, return res.status 401.send username already taken. Otherwise, we are going to return from this function res.status 200.send I'm going to send a available string. So we're going to check for this available string on the front end. So this is all going to be for this GET request. First of all, we are checking if the username has a length, and then we are checking if it passes this regular expression test. Then we are finding the user with this username property. So now inside this file, our second request is going to be post request for creating a new user. So router.post, it is going to be in our home route. So here again, we are going to receive our request and response. And inside here, we are going to send the user state from a front end. So I'm just going to copy it from here. We are basically going to send this whole state. And here, let's just remove the strings right here. And we are going to receive it inside request.body.user. So inside the body of the request, I'm going to send a user object, and we are going to destructure out these properties from there. And also in this object, I'm going to add a new property. It is going to be username. And then inside a try catch. So again, our catch is going to be the same, logging the error and returning server error. And before the try block, we are going to check if not is email. Again, we are going to return from this here. So I'm just going to copy this, and we can change the text here. Invalid email. And now we are going to check if the password is at least 6 characters. So if password.length less than 6, again, I'm just going to paste this here, and we are going to type password must be at least 6 characters. So now inside a try block, first of all, we are going to find the user if there is any other user with this email. So let user is going to be await user model dot find one. We're going to find it with the email field. I'm not going to use the ES6 syntax because I want to convert this into lowercase. So if user is found, again, we are going to return from here. So I'm just going to copy this statement right here, and we can change it. And we can type here. So user already registered. Inside this post request, you can again check for the username if it is taken or not. But I'm going to skip this step because we already have that here. We already have checked for it, but you can have additional security if you want. So now our user is going to be new user model, and inside object, we are going to have name, email, and here we are going to have again 2 lowercase because I want to store all the emails in the database in the lowercase. And our username, it is again going to be username.to lowercase. And now we are going to have password field. And after the password, we are going to have profile pic URL. So inside the model, we have this profile pic URL right here. So here we are going to check if request.body.profile pic URL is there, or we are going to use that user PNG. So inside the body of the request, I'm going to send the user object, and also I'm going to send the profile pic URL. After we upload the image on the Cloudinary on the front end, we are going to send this profile pic URL. If the user has provided an image, we are going to check for that. Otherwise, we are going to use this user PNG. So after this, we are going to encrypt the password with bcrypt. So user.password is equals to await bcrypt.hash, and our first parameter is string, so it is going to be password. And then I'm going to type in 10. So this is basically number of rounds. More will be the rounds, more memory is going to consume. 10 is a recommended number. And now we are going to just save this user. So await user.save. So now after this, we are going to create a profile model. We have this user property, bio, and this social object. So this user is going to be again the ID of this user we created. So we're going to type let profile fields. It is going to be an object, and profile fields dot user is equals to this user dot underscore ID. So we're going to reference this profile model with this user's ID. And inside this, we are going to have profile fields dot bio. It is going to be bio. And now profile fields dot social. It is going to be an object just like we have right here. So here we are going to check if Facebook, then profile fields dot social dot Facebook is equals to Facebook. If YouTube profile fields dot social dot YouTube is equals to YouTube. So I'm going to copy 2 more times for our Instagram and Twitter. So now we are going to save this model. So wait, new profile model, and let's pass in this profile fields right here, dot save. And after this profile model has been created, we are going to create a follower model. So wait, new follower model. Inside a follower model, again we have a user. So user, and the followers is an array and following is an array. Inside a user property, it is going to be user dot underscore id. And after this, followers is an array and following is an empty array. And we are going to save this model. So after these 2 models have been created, we are going to send back the token to the front end. So we are going to use our JWT for that. So let's create a payload. It is going to be an object and it is going to have a user ID. It is going to be user dot underscore ID. And then we are going to have JWT dot sign payload. And for this secret or private key inside our config.env, I'm going to create another variable JWT secret. And I'm just going to type in my name here. So our secret key is going to be process.env.jwt secret. And the third argument is the options. So inside here we have an expires in. So 2D means 2 days. And this is the callback. So first argument is the error. And the second one is the token, actual token which is created. So inside here I'm going to check if there is an error. We are just going to throw the error. Otherwise we are going to send back the token. So res.status 200.json and token. So I'm going to copy this whole file right here and paste it inside our auth. Remove this get request here. So inside here we're not going to need a profile model. And our user PNG, we're not going to need that. And our regular expression. Inside this post request, we are only going to receive our email and password. And here I'm going to convert it into a const. And here we are going to check if no user is found. That means inside the database, no user is there. And if user is not found, invalid credentials. And again, I'm going to remove this right here. We are not going to need all of this. So on this user, where we are finding the user model, I'm going to chain a method dot select. And inside here, I'm going to type plus password. So again, while I created the user model, I also told you that time too. By default, because we set the select to false, this password field is not going to be included when we search for our user. So here we are going to verify for the password if the password is correct. So const is password. We are going to await decrypt dot compare. First argument is the string, so it is going to be the actual password inside our request.body.user. And the second argument is the hash, so it is going to be user.password. If not is password, so it is going to return a boolean. We are going to return from here, so return res.status 401.send invalid credentials. So if the password is correct, we are going to send back the token with this JWT method right here. In the next video, we're going to wire these API routes to a front end. So I will see you in the next video.